record. The whole that the audiobook is a little monotone. She talks fast. And then Paola, you said right now that she probably has to do it just to get through it. I think we also kind of mentioned that.
Yeah,
Just
maybe it's like
a little emotional.
as a way to get through the trauma is like
Yeah.
that she has to kind of talk that way.
Mm-hmm. What do we think of this section? Bing.
It's all just really sad still. Like she doesn't even know anything about her period.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't even know what it means to be in the mood. Like she was like, oh, I'm gross because she was wet. She's like, oh, like I just thought it was really sad.
Well,
I
even
think it was disturbing that she didn't, like, when it was like her first sexual experience, like she didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
And it just felt really exploitative because the guy not only is older than her, is drunk and is like just like kind of forcing her to do it in a way because he keeps like insisting on it and she has no idea what she's doing. Just all is really hard to read.
But she also stays in that relationship for a year or over a year.
Over a year, I think.
Well, I think that it was like, I mean, if you think back to when you were like 18, you know, it's your first boyfriend or something, like I think like you put that on a pedestal and you excuse things and you're just like, oh my God, I have a boyfriend. And it's like, she just was like so interested in him at the beginning, but it was all very like creepy and bad because he worked on that show. Like how many years did he know her before they started dating? Like, yuck.
Like about it, he was like, I'd been in a relationship for 4 years. Like, what am I doing? Like she didn't even know what cum was.
Yeah.
And he like questioned himself, like, what am I doing? Like, what did I just do?
Yeah, at the end he was like, what have I just done? And just like, oh my God.
There was something that I highlighted.
Well, she seems even in earlier chapters, I think it's when she was in the dressing where they're doing like a fitting. She was very uncomfortable. Like, I know she was uncomfortable with her body because of the anorexia, but also she didn't like feeling any type of, she was afraid of anything sexual. And I wonder if that's from, you remember her mom showering her and her brother when they're like teens. So she seems afraid of all of it because she was never really exposed to it. So it's kind of like a scary thing.
A line that I had highlighted in that part where she goes, I have to go back to anorexia. Like I need to look like a kid again or something like that.
I thought it was interesting that she connected being anorexic with a child. And I know that's because her mom was like, oh, you have to be like this, you have to be like this. But I'm just like, huh.
Even when she got her first period, she's like, I've failed.
Yeah.
And she was how old? She was 16?
I think so. She was old. Yeah.
Is that normal? Is that like an average age that you get your period in?
I think that's pretty late.
Yeah, it's a bit late. It should be by 15.
Do you think it's because she was not eating correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Like she was below weight.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that's something that would affect it.
An emotional
that's
stress.
probably it.
Yeah.
Well, and then she says later that she doesn't really get it anymore because of her eating disorder. And I think I've read that where like if you're anorexic like that, like you're not getting your period. It goes away.
I mean, is it anorexia what she has? Because it only tends to happen when she's with her mom. Because then when she's not with her mom, she binge eats. It's like the opposite.
Well, now she has bulimia.
Mm-hmm.
like, and she's like, I want to go back to anorexia. I thought that whole paragraph was so interesting. She was like, I need to go back to anorexia because anorexia means I'm in control. If I'm bulimic, like I have no control over it and it's like messy and shameful. But if I'm anorexic, then like I can be proud of, you know, what I'm doing because I have it figured out. I don't know. And like the fact that she said that other people, there was like, I don't know, the whole bulimia thing was really hard to read because it was so like visceral, and how she was like, her teeth were all like, you know, damaged and stuff from throwing up so much, and how she couldn't keep anything down. And then how she was saying like other people with eating disorders can tell because they have like art tics that like they can know like if they have an eating disorder or not. Like I just thought that was really disturbing and also really interesting. All of that stuff. I think that so far in the entire book is like the most like hard to read stuff, is all the eating disorder stuff.
And just like that started so young, you know, like the anorexia and the calorie counting.
Yeah, like Julie, how many calories is like a teenager supposed to eat a day? Because she was eating less than 1,000.
Yeah, probably like they need at least 2,000.
Yeah.
She's probably pretty active with her acting.
And how she was like only eating like iceberg lettuce. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, with the spray on dressing.
Mhm.
And now it's kind of depressing. There's like a lot. And it's just like, you know, a lot of actors go through this or want to be actors. It's like brave of her to share because I don't know if many like talk about it.
Yeah, that's
Her first kiss was so sad. She's like, I lost my first, my second, my third, my fourth, because it took 7 takes. Like, I mean, her co-star was like supportive in all of it, but it was just like weird. Even the one that she calls us, that what's his name, the producer, where she's like, oh, the creator. So
Yeah.
touched to my knee. We started going out more. It's like, oh, you should be very happy. Not a lot of actors get their own show. Like, you're gonna get your own show.
that made me uncomfortable.
Oh God, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because I know she just said creator as to like not name him, right?
So did you guys talk about Dan Schneider last time? Did you guys
No,
talk
I was
about
just
him?
about to bring him up because I forgot about him.
Because he is straight up like, you guys should look him up after this, because he has been basically he created a bazillion Nickelodeon shows, like all that, iCarly, Zoe 101, Victorious, like all of those shows, he was behind it. He was like the biggest Nickelodeon producer in the entire company, and he did a lot of creepy things and a lot of misconduct. And only just a few years ago was he fired from Nickelodeon, but he had a payout. And like, you know, he was never charged with anything. And a lot of actors and people are coming out and like sharing stories about how they were, you know, harassed, or he did things that were really messed up. And I think he was really abusive towards his towards his colleagues also. But I think the reason why she's not naming him is because like of an NDA or like something going on, because he is like, there's all these, he's like a Me Too figure. So that's why I think she's not saying who he is, but that is who she is referring to.
Yeah, because it all started with her photos, right? It's like, oh, I gotta take Polaroids because he likes options.
And how he gave her a massage and she did not want massage.
Yeah.
And she felt uncomfortable, but she didn't say anything because she's like, well, he has power, you know, like he's down here, he's up there. It's so sad.
Yeah, he was literally like the Harvey Weinstein of kids shows, like in terms of power and in terms of like creepy things.
And her mom's not gonna protect her from that.
She was hella excited. She's like,
I honestly think that the mom would have had her do anything. Like, well, maybe not anything. Like, I do think the mom was very like conservative, but like behind the scenes, I don't think she cared if like, you know, they were working her really hard or if she was in a creepy situation, as long as she was going to gain fame. Like, would she have had her daughter like do something really like sexual or something? Probably not, because she's Mormon and she'd feel guilty. But I think anything else went.
I think she would if it meant that she got like her own show.
You think so? Even after her reaction to her dating that guy in TMZ, how she was like, "You're disgusting. You're like ruined." That was horrifying, by the way. Everything the mom did during that, like, oh my god. And then she was like, "Please send money for the refrigerator."
She mentioned that in in an interview.
She did. She talked about it.
Yeah, she's like, oh, like she's like, oh, send money for the refrigerator in a nasty email.
Yeah. She's like, "I've disowned you. I will never talk to you again. You're trash. Also send money for the refrigerator."
She had like so many emails and calls. Crazy.
Oh, you logged on.
It hasn't even popped up on my computer, so it's like taking forever.
I just looked up the guy. And there's so much. He did a lot of the 90s shows.
He started with all that. I think that was his big break.
There was an actress in Zoe 101 who, I forget, she was like one of like, she wasn't Zoe, it was like the one that was like super materialistic. She came out recently with an interview with, what's her name? The girl that plays Kim Possible. She has like a whole like
oh, I saw that. I haven't watched it, but I saw it in my feed.
Yeah, like she has
with Alexa Nicholas.
Yeah,
I think is her name.
Yeah. Like, and she's just like, that's what she dedicates her time now to, is just as an activist for all these like corporations that don't treat their employees very well, I guess, or suck in the business.
Did anyone look up her music? Is it on Spotify?
I looked it up.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
she has a really nice voice, actually.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the music, but she actually is very talented.
Tell me why.
The video about the mom is really creepy, though. It's really creepy knowing what we know.
There's a video?
There's a music video. And it's all about like how she misses her mom while she's far away working. And there's like she puts a picture of the mom on the fridge. But it's very like, all of the videos are very like wholesome country vibe. But she has a really nice voice, actually. Like,
I feel like I didn't know she sang. I know
I had no idea either.
When they were like in these shows, they wanted to bring out just not an actor or actress, but they wanted to bring out a singer as well. Because I feel like almost everyone around that time was like singing. But I don't think I ever knew she did that.
Yeah, like I didn't really watch, like I'm a little older, so I was more like Disney Channel, like Lizzie McGuire, that era versus like iCarly era. So I didn't really watch the show. Like I saw it sometimes on TV, but I didn't really watch it. So I don't know if they did the same thing as like with the Disney Channel. They would like show the music videos, right? Like in between the shows and stuff, and like Lindsay Lohan and Hilary Duff and all of them like got music videos and music careers. So I guess Nickelodeon tried to do the same thing with some of their stars too.
Yeah, I think it was more Disney for sure. I can name more actors that did that. I think Nickelodeon, maybe they had the Victorious one, which they mentioned on here, but they weren't like super successful. And like out of everyone there, I would say Ariana Grande did, but like that wasn't because she went off of Nickelodeon. She just went on her own, and then she was, you even forgot she was part of that. I forgot because she looks completely different.
She was a redhead.
Yeah, I
She's
love her.
gotten a lot of plastic surgery. A
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
That's why she looks completely different. Yeah, like I guess, did Jamie Lynn Spears have a music career? Did she have any
I think she
songs?
tried, right?
I'm pretty sure
I don't
I
remember.
think she tried because her sister.
sing a song to her sister or something. No, I
I
think she
don't
did.
remember.
It's on Spotify.
Is the
We'll see.
Jennette's on? Is Jennette on Spotify?
Yeah, she is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I think Jamie Lynn only had a few, like, oh, she actually had an album. Well, it's an EP. It's like 5 songs, like 2 singles, 5 songs. Interesting. I kind of want to rewatch iCarly, but at the same time, she was miserable and she hated it. And I feel like I got that vibe from her that she just didn't like acting. I don't know.
I remember the few times I did watch the show, I remember thinking like she was the best one on the show.
She was actually funny. And
I thought she was like funny and she had like a fun character, even though the character is like kind of mean, but like it was funny. Like if she had personality.
which I think it
So
made
it's too
sense.
bad that she was embarrassed and she hated it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anybody reading this book, like, how can you ever feel like you could put your child into acting or like want to be a child actor? It just seems like there's no way, unless you are literally a nepotism baby and like your parents can protect you or give you opportunities, or you're not like a cash cow for your family. Like, how do you not get exploited as a child actor? I just don't see how you don't.
Well, that was one of the questions I was going to ask towards the end after we've listened to the whole thing, but I think we know enough. Do you think there should be more? I don't know if there's any protection for kids. I know like there's some money that they can set aside just for them, maybe. But do you think there should be more laws? Like, are you allowed, especially really little ones?
Yeah, I don't know how, like what laws could prevent like just the inherent, like I think just in general, it's like so hard on you because you're growing up and you're developing and you're not like, I think like honestly, every single child actor should get like counseling, should get like, I don't know, like some kind of mental health support, and there should be like stronger protections against, I don't know, like I don't really know what, but yes, I think there needs to be more support because look what happens. Like almost all of them go through some kind of self-destructive phase, or they're financially ruined, or like all of them have this scarring from their experience, and it's like it's like it's almost rare when someone like gets out the other side and doesn't have, like, even Hilary Duff, who you would think like is probably one of the more like unscathed ones, she had a really bad eating disorder too. So like, I mean, I feel like the only one I can think of that like really didn't have any issues was like Zendaya,
That we know of.
that we know of. Yeah,
That's also
and I'm
very
sure there's
true.
others, but like that's one I can just think of. But I think I can think of so many more where it was like they had all these problems. Or like again, if it's not like psychological, it's like the parents are pimping them for money, like, and they don't have any, it's, there's so many layers to it. So yeah, I think, I don't know what would fully protect them, but I think yes, there should be more support. at the very least, for these child actors, I don't know. It's even harder now, I think, with like social media, because you don't have any privacy a lot of the time.
I was also thinking just even influencers, because there's a lot of like family vloggers, and I almost feel like in some ways it's worse because it's not fake. That's not acting. You're showing like their real life when they're like babies too. And
Yeah, and really for all of these, you can't consent. For none of these, the child really can't consent for any of these things. Especially like these family bloggers, like you're saying, like when they're like a baby, they're online, and then they're online their entire childhood. That's just the worst.
do I watch them? Yeah, but
Guilty. It's hard. It's very hard.
What do you ladies think of this format? Like at first I thought it was weird, all these little short snippets, but it kind of like works. At first I was like, how can this be a story with all these random memories? But it really is like coming together. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think it helps that it's chronological at least. Like sometimes there'll be gaps, but it still is like building.
That's what I was gonna say. I think there was one moment where I was like, wait, what just happened? And I think that was a moment where obviously the mom was in the hospital again, and then we were kind of taken back to, but just that time. Everything else is kind of like they're not jumping around. It's little moments that are going by in the right time. So I like it.
I really wonder, so this was actually originally a play. And I remember, it was originally like a one-woman play. And I remember there's this theater near my house, and I remember seeing it, like I remember seeing "I'm Glad My Mom Died" on the thing, and I was like, whoa, what's that? And like I sort of knew what it was, but like now I'm like, oh, I should have seen it. But it was running in LA last year before she released the book, and I really wonder like how similar that one was to the book and how that would have been as a performance. Like, I don't really know.
Was she was doing the one woman show? Whoa.
Yeah.
Isn't there, I don't know, I feel like I watch more Disney Channel than Nickelodeon, but wasn't there, I think it's not this show. It might be Victoria's, where there was this one girl who did a one woman show.
Yes. It goes, Chicago.
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 Was it this one or Victoria's? It was Victoria's, right?
That's Victorious. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I actually follow that actress on Instagram. She's like super cute.
That just reminded me of that. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Was she inspired by the show? But obviously it was a completely different show.
I love that show. Has anybody seen the rerun of iCarly? I know Jennette McCurdy's not in it, but like, has anybody seen it? I think it's on Paramount Plus.
Or Peacock?
Or is it Peacock?
I've not seen it. I think it is on Paramount. I haven't seen it.
Peacock.
I've heard it's more adult.
Yeah, it's like they talk about sex and like,
which is like both probably a good thing, but also weirds me out.
Yeah, no, they're still like the same actors, like same personalities, but like in relationships and like I think Carly had gone out of a long-term relationship and she's kind of just like lost. And then what's his name? Her friend, the dude, what's his name again? I forget, but he had gotten a divorce and he has like a little daughter.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
Yeah, and he works like in the tech industry.
I can't believe iCarly got the reboot and not Lizzie McGuire. I'm really sad that
I
never
know.
happened.
I'm pretty sure that was supposed to happen, right? There was a
They filmed it.
There were
posted a
rumors. There were
photo.
rumors. Yeah,
They
yeah.
straight up filmed it, and then there
And
were
then they
issues with
canceled.
the creator and Disney, because it was going to be on Disney Plus, but they wanted to make it more adult. But back then, Disney Plus only wanted like family friendly, and they couldn't resolve the issues, and then they canceled it.
Stupid.
That sucked because I remember there
Yeah.
was evidence that it existed, and then it
Yeah,
just nope,
yeah.
sorry, canceled.
Yeah, they filmed it. Some of it. We'll never see it.
There's clips out there somewhere.
Someone will release them. Just kidding. 10 years from now, they're gonna leak them.
Gonna leak.
You know how they do
They're gonna,
the ball.
they're gonna charge you $20 a pop to watch an episode.
That's insane. What do you
That
think?
stupid song stuck in my head now. Now I'm singing Chicago in my head.
Yeah. What do you think is gonna happen next? I mean, I thought we weren't gonna have her mom die yet. I mean, there is the whole after, but it's like the before, the build up, the mom is still alive, now she's dead. And now I'm just like, now what? Because I feel like when her mom
It's
died,
probably like how she's healing.
yeah.
She seems like she's in a really dark place right now.
Yeah. Like it was sad and then it got more sad and I don't think it's getting happier. Like maybe towards the end, but it just seems like it's
Ooh, Paula, what are you eating?
I'm eating pasta and salad.
Yum.
Eating late.
I was like, now I want like something to eat. Maybe like, I don't know, PB&J.
PB&J. No, I want noodles.
Noodles always sound good. I just had
It's
pots.
always the best.
I want a shirt. I think I told Crystal that says send nudes. And there's like a bowl of ramen. I'm just like, oh.
I love ramen.
Noodles.
I don't know.
I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Oh, it seems like she's getting really, really hardened towards other people. And like how she like hates her fans and she like is really like rude towards other people. So I wonder if that's gonna continue for a while until she has some kind of I don't know. She pushes everyone away and she needs to then bring people back. I don't know. I hope that she reconnect. The one thing is like, she doesn't seem that close with her brothers, which is really sad.
Well, the mom apparently turned them on her.
Yeah, I hope that heals.
Well, she's talks about her brothers in recent interviews. Does she? I think I remember her saying, "Oh, my brother's wedding" or something like that.
Also, where is her dad? What is going on?
He's like an empty man that just sits and nods.
He's just absent. Present, but very absent.
He's probably going through his own shit because imagine being like surrounded by that all the time. He's probably like extremely depressed. Like it sounds like he could never do anything right from the very beginning.
And how the mom made him sleep in the car like once a week.
I'm hungry now. It's like time for that late night snack.
Sorry, I'm torturing everyone.
I'm like, it's not that late. It's 9. It feels like it's like 12. This time change.
I hate
Look
it.
me up.
The time change is really weird. I don't know why it's so weird this year, but
It's just I don't like it getting dark at 4:30
yeah.
because I'm like usually I get sleepy by 7. Well, I'm
I
excited.
hope
to
she
get ready.
starts getting back into writing, which I believe is probably. I mean, she wrote the book, and she seemed like the one time she was excited was when she wrote that poem, and then the mom was like, "Don't do that. Writers are ugly."
The mom is just so.
I just looked her up to see what she looked like.
The mom?
Yeah. She was like super skinny.
I didn't want to look anything up just in case I get.
Spoilers.
Yeah, but let's see.
Now I'm on her Instagram and she posted like something recent and she looks really skinny. It's not good.
She looks really skinny now. I've seen a ton of interviews. She looks.
Oh wow, yeah, her mom is tiny.
I wonder
I
what
don't know.
she
Maybe
was
like
having.
in order to conquer her eating disorder, she has to like eat a certain way, and it causes her to like not gain as much weight. But at least maybe it's like healthier. I don't. Who knows? I don't want to speculate about her eating habits or anything, but
Yeah, maybe she's not binging.
she says in interviews that she has gotten through her eating disorder.
Now I want to look at all her interviews. I haven't seen anything about it.
She did a bunch. Did one with like Trevor Noah. She did The View. She did Good Morning America.
This is gonna sound bad, but I never liked her because I hated her character in iCarly.
You had the opposite reaction to me.
But I mean, I don't know her. I just know I only associated her with the iCarly character, and even the iCarly show I didn't like. So I was like, I don't really care about this person. But I've never seen. This is like the first thing I've ever heard from her that was her, not the Sam from iCarly. I never.
Well,
seen
she
any
hated her
interview
character too, so you're probably on the same page.
page. Yeah. I also feel bad for these child actors and actresses because, I mean, you see them, this is all they know. And even if they don't like it, they're like, well, what else do I do? But be in like the limelight and do these movies, TV shows.
God, look at how skinny she looks here. I'm gonna send this in the group.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. But her dress is super cute.
But like, because she's like, if you look at older photos of her, she's kind of busty. Like she's a curvy woman. But you can tell she's like, because like her boobs are completely deflated there.
I think though that when sometimes when someone's like bulimic, like they don't, like I don't know, like their body like doesn't change. I don't know. I don't actually know that much about any of this.
Well, I know it's really hard to overcome an eating disorder. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Like maybe she still struggles like off and on, or like, you know, like especially with the stress of this book coming out, I feel like that could definitely take a toll on someone.
Mm-hmm. Julie, do you ever treat people with eating disorders or not really?
Yes, so basically You're supposed to get them on like an antidepressant until their depression's better. And then they kind of work on like regaining the weight, but it's probably more of a psychiatry issue, but there's this shortage. I did have a kid recently, and the mom wanted to put her in like an inpatient program. I was trying to get her to start like Prozac before that. And I don't know what happened to her. And then in residency, we had someone like anorexic who was in the hospital for like months, and she just would not eat. Like she just had to stay there forever. Just not a lot of inpatient programs.
Yeah, I wonder what well, who knows if she'll go into like what she did to overcome it.
I do think
Because I mean, this is like a core thing. Like 11 years old, you start doing it. I don't even know.
I do think she may have. I mean, I don't blame her, and this is just speculation for me. I think she has picked up habits from her mom,
Mm-hmm.
and like maybe one of them is being in denial. Maybe she hasn't overcome it, and it's something very. I know sometimes eating disorders are very sacred to people, and they don't want it taken away. So if they say everything's fine, no one can, bother them about it.
Yeah, I agree with Katie. I don't know if she can necessarily overcome that. I think it's been many, many years she's been dealing with that. And I mean, I don't know much about eating disorders. I do have one friend, and there's good and bad days where it's literally on and off. Like it could be going off and you're fine, but then something triggers it and then you just fall back into it. So maybe it still happens, but not to the extreme it happened before, like when she was younger or when she was after her mom's death and all that stuff. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because I don't know much about eating disorders, just from like one friend I have or two. And it's like, I feel like it's like on different spectrums too. Some people could be really, really bad. And then others are like, it's mild and they're okay and they can deal with it. Like it's gonna be there forever kind of thing. They just have to learn how to live with it and not necessarily like allow it to take over. Kind of.
And be detrimental
Mm-hmm.
to their health.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from what it sounds like in these most recent chapters, I don't know how she's like surviving because she's literally throwing up everything she eats, and she's drinking alcohol all the time too. So I don't know how she's surviving.
Well, one more section to go.
One more?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Why are you surprised? You said it was only 3 for this book.
Oh, no wonder I was like, I'm passing the 50% mark.
Yeah.
I
Were
was
you?
like, oh, maybe we're just like, maybe it's a little off.
No. Were you not present when? I think I said that.
No. Are we
Yeah.
finishing for Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm. The week
Ah,
of Thanksgiving. So in the following week, we probably won't meet. The 29th. We'll get a break.
perfect. So I'll be out of town.
I'll be out of town the 2 book clubs after that. So
For
I'll be
the-
back on the 20th.
Okay.
Of December?
Yeah.
That's my B-day.
Woo! Sagittarius.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a Tuesday. Look at you.
Mhm.
You're not gonna show up, huh? Just kidding.
I'm gonna try.
I'm just kidding.
Well, we won't blame you if you don't.
No,
it
you
was
don't have
on
to
my
show up.
birthday. Was it? No, it was the day before my birthday. So that's why I didn't come on the 1st of November.
Were we supposed to have our books?
No, I was gonna
Okay.
say no.
You look so weird.
Like I didn't do my homework.
No.
Okay.
Do we
It's
have
a
a
little
theme?
weird because we were saying maybe obviously we still have one more meeting. Maybe we can bring our books for next time and then just vote by the 29th.
Mhm.
That's okay with you guys?
Mhm.
Last week we were kind of like, what theme should we do? And we're like, winter, just anything winter. Winter is coming. We're reading Game of Thrones. Just kidding. No, we're not. but winter is coming, so winter it is. It doesn't have to be necessarily like Christmas, just in general, the cold.
Brr, it's cold in here.
Exactly.
There must be. I want to. Cheerleading song.
Yeah.
Oh, did any of you finish the Colleen Hoover sequel? I haven't read it yet,
Yes,
but
beautiful.
was it good?
I actually like the second one better
Oh.
Mm.
because it's like the first one. There's a lot of like depressing parts where she just struggled a ton. I feel like the second book was all about growing, like growth, improvement, loving yourself. Like, I was all up for it.
It's a sequel, right? Not a.
Mm-hmm. It literally picks up where the last one left off.
Oh, okay.
I have it in my Audible library. I just haven't listened to it yet.
Mm-hmm.
One of my influencers that I follow, she read that one before she read It Ends With Us. Because she didn't realize, she thought she was reading a different book by Colleen Hoover. And then she's like almost done with the book. And she's like, oh, I'm reading the wrong book. Like, how can you be so?
I
Because
feel like that's not the kind of book you want to read. Like, it would be weird to read the first one because I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be odd.
Yeah.
Because it'll like leave like the first one or the second one, if you're saying Crystal, it's like uplifting. The first one's like struggling and
Dark,
like so it's like going from
yeah.
that to that would be a little weird.
You're kind of like, ooh. It's like meeting someone and you were like, oh my gosh, you're so great. But then you see their past, all the exes and the issues, and you're like, oh, what? That's how you what? That's no way. That's how I'm imagining. I haven't read it, but that's what I'm imagining with Crystal's description.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I'm gonna have to borrow it. So I'm gonna physically read it.
Oh no, I've got the Kindle because I couldn't wait.
No.
Yeah, I could have pre-ordered it, but I'm like got it when everybody else did. But then the day it was released, I got it like that morning
On Kindle.
So it's like, well, like you still have to wait for FedEx, UPS. Like, no.
That's true.
I was in.
We'll see. We'll see what I do. I still have so many books. I didn't even finish my policeman. I watched the movie already too many times. Just kidding, just twice.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I watched it in theaters with my sisters and it was so funny. Because all they could think about was the fans around us who were actually either crying, like sobbing. Darlene was laughing at that. I'm like, hey, you don't know the story. Maybe
So
they
mean.
relate. Yeah, I was like, maybe they really relate with the story. Like, stop being mean. And then my younger sister was more like, she was laughing at the fact that like she can't take Harry seriously. It's like I just see Harry as the singer. And I'm just like, come on. Just, ignore that. Get past that. Yeah. But I liked it. It was good.
There's so many movies. I watched 5 movies in the last week.
I've been watching so many too. I feel like we're always like watching movies and we're like, oh, this is this. What have you
If you
watched?
get AMC stubs, it's all worth it because then it's just $25 a month and you get unlimited movies. So
Maybe
I went to the movie theaters for 5 times this week. Like a psycho. There's so many movies though. So I'm all caught up for the most part.
Did you watch Spirited?
No, I watched Ticket to Paradise, Armageddon Time, The Fablemans, Tar, and Black Panther.
Black Panther. Black Panther was
And
good.
they were all good except I didn't like Ticket to Paradise, but I think most people will. But all the rest were excellent.
That's the one with
Julia Roberts and George Clooney.
yeah. It seemed all right. I'm like, well, I don't know if I'd watch it in theaters.
Yeah, you
Maybe
don't
I'll
have
wait.
to.
Yeah.
It hit HBO.
I
Um,
don't know if they
I think it's Universal, so it won't be on HBO Max. It might be on Peacock.
I have Peacock too.
Yeah.
like no issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Wakanda. It was nice.
Ah,
They got you crying in the beginning. Mm-mm. So sad.
My only well, not my only, but my main criticism is it was too long. They could have cut a lot out, but I think overall it was good.
but aren't all Marvel movies feel like 3 hours long?
It's pretty true, especially this year. I thought the other 2 Marvel movies were really bad, so this was finally the good one. I didn't like Thor. I didn't like Doctor Strange at all, so I was like, oh my god, finally a good Marvel movie.
Good point. Doctor Strange was just funky with
It was a mess.
but I don't
Okay,
know.
but
Like
all of his movies are that way.
no,
Sam Raimi?
Yeah, I thought all of Doctor Strange's movies were weird.
No, the first one I thought was pretty good. This one just
So
was like
boring.
nothing
The
made
first one,
sense.
that's true.
don't you think like makeup wise and graphic wise, it seemed very cartoonish. Like
I think that was the director. I mean, the director is he's like a horror director mostly, and he also did Spider-Man, so he has like a very specific style. But then it would have been more interesting if they would have let him totally do that. But I think the studio was like giving him notes, so there were elements of that, and then the rest was a big mess. So it was just bad.
okay.
Like WandaVision was really good. I don't know if you guys watched WandaVision, but I thought, oh my god, Scarlet Witch, that was great. And then this movie just like
Flop.
so bad.
For me, it was all right. It wasn't one of the best ones, I wouldn't say. And then
I thought Thor was really boring. Really boring.
Like Thor is funny, but like it didn't have to be like that the whole way through, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's
they're
like
trying,
joke,
Yeah.
joke, and nothing else.
yeah.
Nothing.
And some jokes I feel like it was all right, but it was kind of like up in your
Not
face.
that funny either.
Yeah.
And
Like,
Ragnarok was really good. I loved that. I loved Ragnarok, which was like the same director. The Thor Ragnarok movie. I thought that was like one of the best ones. So this was kind of disappointing, but yeah, I don't know. Marvel, step it up.
They're coming out with so many. That's probably because they're trying to like
for that reason, that's why they're
pandemic, they kind of stalled a ton. So now they're like, okay, finish them up.
Yeah, there were so many I did not like in this last phase. Like there were really very few. Like I like Shang-Chi. I thought that one was pretty good. But Eternals, I couldn't even get through it. And Black Widow, I didn't finish it.
Black Widow, I tried twice. I fell asleep.
Yeah, didn't finish it. Yeah, I didn't like the ones this year except for Black Panther. I've stopped watching the shows. So Step it up, Marvel.
Es que ya no tienen, what's his name?
Iron Man, and they don't have Captain America. Well, they have a new Captain America.
What? Why is there a new Captain America?
Because, well, did you see Endgame?
No, that's my next one to watch.
Oh, well, then I won't spoil it
Wait,
any
let me
more than
see.
I just did.
Well, no, I've seen them. I've seen most of them before. I just have like I have to rewatch them to kind of like. No, yeah, no, hold on. Yeah, no, Endgame is my next movie to watch.
Yeah.
But I know a ton of them die.
A few of them.
Yeah, because I remember like I think Iron Man gets shanked or something. No,
He dies with honor. He saves everyone in the end.
or he takes the hand or something, right? And he blows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it before. Like I've seen parts. I'm like,
And
I
then
gotta
Captain America goes back to be with Peggy. So he dies
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Well, he goes
What a-
old. He grows old.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
Romantic.
My only question was all those years without her, he must have like messed around a little bit. Like,
Oh, no, not even. In his movies, he hooks up with her granddaughter or whatever. Sharon Carter is like
Yeah.
her granddaughter, and they hook up. It's so weird.
why does that remind me of Friends when Joey's like, he's like, I'll come back. He's like in this stupid ass play. Did anybody watch Friends?
Mm-hmm.
I've watched it once all the way through, but I don't know all of the episodes by heart.
Same.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Because like I literally rewatch it every year, like 3 times.
How? Where's the time?
What do you mean? Whenever you're eating dinner, that's like you need something playing in the background. That's what I watch.
I'm watching other stuff. I'm
Yeah.
watching shitty reality TV.
Actually, right now I'm kind of go between that one and Gilmore Girls, but Louise doesn't like Gilmore Girls, and I fucking love Gilmore Girls.
Mm.
It's the season.
It is the Gilmore Girls season.
Yeah.
Cozy season.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
So I just walk around singing the theme song.
I don't think I really watched that show.
Stop, Judith.
No, I'm serious. That's the type of show that was on, and I was doing my homework, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it. Like it's just in the background, and I'd either get bored and go eat, or go to my room or something. I didn't really watch that one.
It's so cute.
Maybe I'll have to watch it, but I don't know.
Oh, it's not for everybody. It's like the humor Louise thinks is so stupid.
Yeah,
And watch.
It's very talky.
Yeah, but it's
like
it's
the
just I
scripts
know
are
it's
super long.
comforting. It's like
Yeah.
comforting in a way. So it's watch it before bed.
And I think it's also because I never really watched, like the shows. I maybe watched 1 or 2 and I didn't know what's going on. So
Gotta do it in order. It's like Shameless. If you miss an episode, you don't know what's going on.
I haven't seen Shameless.
God.
It's on my list. I just have so many things I want to watch.
And that was a
read
long
and-
one. That was like 11 seasons. That's
I-
like if you were to watch Grey's Anatomy from the beginning.
I haven't even gone back to Grey's Anatomy. What am I doing?
You know what? I skipped like a season there. I'm like, Mom, there's like 20 seasons in here. Like,
Yeah, how many
But-
seasons are there? Is anybody left now? I mean, I
Yeah,
haven't watched it since like 2005, so I don't know.
now the only one that's there from the original cast is the main character.
Grey.
I thought she was leaving.
I thought maybe after this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the 20th season.
And like, so then like there's no one left.
No.
Is
No, actually,
Chandra Wilson still
name?
there?
What's
her
his name? The old doctor that's black. I forget his name.
Oh,
He's
I
still
forget
there.
his name. But what about the nurse? Chandra Bailey is like the actress.
Oh no, she leaves. She
Oh
does
my
leave.
God, there's literally no one left.
Yeah.
Except for the old guy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure that fool would die in the hospital. Like,
Everybody else died.
He was ready to leave his marriage for the hospital.
Richard?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his name.
There we go.
He's still there and
He's
just
still there.
married, and that's it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Even Karev left, right?
yeah,
Oh, he left in like season 6.
he left
Oh
a
my
long
God.
time ago.
I thought he was
Yeah.
there for a while. Oh my
No, I
God.
was pissed when he left.
He left to go be with who? What was her name?
His true love and their
Izzy,
children. Yeah.
Izzy. Mm-hmm.
who like was written off
Yeah.
many seasons before.
Yeah. They made up like a whole backstory. Like, oh, she had 2 kids and they were his.
Mm-hmm.
So he left. I'm pretty sure he got fired because it didn't even show his face in that episode.
It's sad because the girl that he was like dating, like now they make her seem like, he just
They
left.
were married.
Yeah. They were
Yeah.
married, you're right.
She struggles now to find love.
Of course, yeah.
She can't trust no
Then
man.
who would be the lead if Meredith Grey leaves? Like, who's the lead of the show?
Richard. That's like, what kind of drama could he possibly be getting into?
Because they killed off her sister like a really long time ago, so
Yeah,
she
she was,
can't
like,
be in
season
it.
3. That was really sad though, because like when she was younger. I don't know.
They
she's
killed off her, and they killed off the guy who's now the horrible dad on Euphoria.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yep.
Makes me want to rewatch Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my gosh, no.
I'm gonna have to live in the hole for like a couple months.
For the rest of this year.
More.
Oh man. Okay, well, bring your book, read until the end. We'll see what happens. Watch new movies, let me know what I should watch. Just kidding.
You should
No
watch
time for
Tar.
that.
Tar was really
That's what
good.
my
It's long
plan.
though.
It's
My wreck.
Oh, did Julie say bye?
Julie said
Yeah.
bye.
I didn't even hear her. I heard her say something, but I didn't hear what she said.
I think she said bye.
She sounded so sleepy.
He was probably holding on. All right. Well, see you guys next week.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.